Welcome back, students. This is part 3 of extraction, occurrence and extraction of metals, metallurgy. In the first two videos, I have shown you about the different ores and flowchart of metallurgy. In the second video, we have dealt with the metals with which are low in the reactivity series, and now we are dealing with the extraction of metals at the middle of the reactivity series and which will be at the lower level of the reactivity series. So this is the most important part. Most of the questions you get from this part only. Extraction of metals at the middle of the reactivity series. Generally, metals are present in the form of sulfide or carbonates. So, they have to be converted to oxide before reduction. Why? Why we have to convert them to oxide? Because it is easier to obtain a metal from its oxide as compared to sulfides and carbonates. Now, suppose you are having a metal in the form of sulfide ore, ZnS. So, what you will do? You will heat this metal with excess of oxygen. Why you are using excess of oxygen? Because you have to convert this sulfide into sulfur dioxide, and you have to change this zinc into zinc oxide. So sulfide ore is heated strongly in excess of air. This process is called as roasting. If you get a metal in form of carbonate, then what will happen? This carbonate ore you will just heat. It will break from here and then it will form zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. That means carbonate ore is changed to oxide by heating strongly in limited air. Now this process is called as calcination. How to remember it? C for carbonate, C for calcination. Okay, S for sulfide. In roasting you have S, roasting, S. So carbonate ore, calcination, sulfide ore, roasting. From both the ores, what you obtain is oxide. So zinc oxide, now you have to do reduction process. It is reduced by heating it with carbon. You get Zn plus Cu. The metal oxide is, after receiving zinc oxide, it is reduced to metal by using either the reducing agent such as carbon, or you can do it by displacement reaction also. What is displacement reaction? I have done a separate video for that. You can see from my playlist how are displacement reactions taking place. Separate video is there. Now, what happens actually in displacement reactions? Metals like sodium, calcium and aluminium are used as reducing agents because they can displace metals of lower reactivity from their compounds. Example देखते हैं. 3MnO2 plus 4Al gives 3Mn. This is in liquid molten form, plus 2Al2O3 and heat. This is a highly exothermic reaction, and the metal which is produced, manganese which is produced, is in molten state. Now this is also an example of oxidation reduction reaction which we have done in lesson 1. See, MnO2 is reduced. See over here, reduction is taking place, oxygen is removed from here, and Al2O3 is formed. That means aluminium is oxidized. So reduction oxidation reaction is taking place over here. Another example of displacement reaction, Fe2O3 plus 2Al, both are solid. If we are heating them, then they form Fe, which is molten in state, plus Al2O3 plus heat. This process is called as thermite reaction. Very important, thermite reaction. Where is it used? This reaction is used to join railway tracks और cracked machine parts. जो welding करते हैं वहाँ पे this process or this reaction is utilized. Last, we come to extraction of metals which are low in reactivity series. They are very unreactive. Oxides can be produced by heating alone. सिर्फ हीट भी कर देंगे उसको, उसके सल्फाइड ओर को, तो भी वो ऑक्साइड में चेंज हो जाएगा. जैसे सिनेबार, मर्क्यूरी सल्फाइड को 2HgS plus 3O2 gives 2HgO plus 2SO2. Then this HgO, if you simply heat, it will give you mercury metal plus oxygen. Talk about copper, Cu2S plus 3O2. Heat, it gives 2Cu2O plus 2SO2. Now this, both of them react. Cu2O, this Cu2O and remaining Cu2S, when you react them, it forms 6Cu plus SO2. So this was all about obtaining metals from the enriched ore. Third step was refining. What is happening in refining? The metal obtained after reduction contains impurities. These all metals, they contain impurities which are removed by electrolytic refining. So for that, what you have to remember is, you have to take the impure metal at anode. This is impure metal at anode. This is a thin strip of pure metal at cathode. Now what you do, now in this process I am explaining to you electrolytic refining of copper. यहाँ आपने प्योर कॉपर की एक स्ट्रिप ले ली, यहाँ पे इम्प्योर मेटल का पार्ट है, तो उस इम्प्योर मेटल से क्या हो रहा है, ये पूरा की पूरा कॉपर सल्फेट का सॉल्यूशन आपने फिल कर लिया. जैसे ही आपने इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास की, ये कॉपर सल्फेट के सॉल्यूशन में से कॉपर और सल्फेट अलग अलग हो गया. CuSO4 में से Cu2 प्लस और SO4 2 माइनस अलग अलग हो गया. अलग होने के बाद में कॉपर जाके, क्योंकि पॉजिटिवली चार्ज है ना, तो नेगेटिव कैथोड के साथ चिपक गया. फिर क्या हुआ, ये सॉल्यूशन में कॉपर की कमी हो गई. तो सॉल्यूशन में कॉपर की कमी पूरा कौन करेगा, यहाँ से इम्प्योर कॉपर निकल के, जब निकलेगा तो प्योर हो जाएगा ना, तो वो Cu2 प्लस यहाँ से निकलेगा और फिर से वो कॉपर के साथ जुड़ जाएगा. फिर से क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चालू है, फिर से CuSO4 टूटेगा, Cu2 प्लस यहाँ चला जाएगा, फिर SO4 2 माइनस अकेला हो जाएगा, फिर वो यहाँ से Cu2 प्लस ले लेगा. इस तरह से एक चेन जैसी बन जाएगी. और ये कब तक होता रहेगा, जब तक आपकी इलेक्ट्रिक सप्लाई पूरी है, ऑन है, या जब तक यहाँ पे एनोड पे इम्प्योर कॉपर, जिसको आपको प्योरीफाई करना है, वो मौजूद है. जो भी वेस्ट मटेरियल है, जो भी गैंग पार्टिकल है, जो भी इम्प्योरिटीज़ हैं, वो धीरे धीरे यहाँ पे सेटल होती जाएंगी, जिसको हम लास्ट में एनोड मड बोलते हैं. Now let us see if this question is there about refining, what you will be writing in your exam. See, once the current is passed through the electrolyte, which electrolyte? Acidified copper sulfate. This is electrolyte. The pure metal from anode dissolves into the electrolyte. जब वो dissolve होगा तो वो pure form में आएगा ना. So it is dissolved into the electrolyte. Equivalent amount of copper Cu2 plus from electrolyte deposits on the cathode. और यहाँ से इलेक्ट्रोलाइट से उतना जितना यहाँ से निकल रहा है, उसका इक्विवेलेंट अमाउंट यहाँ कैथोड के ऊपर डिपॉजिट हो जा रहा है. तो सॉल्यूशन में कॉपर की कमी हो गई, Cu2 प्लस की कमी हो गई, SO4 2 माइनस ज़्यादा हो गए, तो फिर से ये यहाँ से निकल के इसके साथ कंबाइन कर लेंगे. क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चालू है, ये फिर से ब्रेक होंगे, कॉपर यहाँ चला जाएगा, सल्फेट 2 माइनस फिर से बच जाएगा, फिर से यहाँ से वो कॉपर ले लेगा. Now the soluble impurities settle down as anode mud. Now this process continues till any amount of Cu2 plus is present on this anode or power supply is continued. If any of these conditions are not there, this reaction will stop. Now with this, I come to end of this chapter, that is metals and non-metals. Corrosion already I have done. separate this video for corrosion has been done. All the best, children. Study well. If you if you go through these videos properly, you will be able to answer all the questions of metals and non-metals, irrespective of anything. You will be able to answer everything from the chapter metals and non-metals. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.